Saludos a los lectores de Mundo Deportivo. Nos encontramos junto a Passenger, que viene a presentarnos All the Little Lights. How are you? We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
You're here in Barcelona. It's not your first time here. How is it going?
Really good. Yeah, just been in Barcelona for maybe 24 hours. Lots of different things, lots of interviews, lots of radio, TV. It's been busy, but great. Really good.
You recorded this album 10 years after it came out, and you had to do a walk through memory lane. How was it for you?
Quite emotional, actually. Yeah, it's a strange thing to go back and deep dive into songs that I wrote 12, 13 years ago now. I was a very different person. My life was very different. So yeah, it's been surprisingly challenging and emotional, but also a really, really fantastic thing to do. Yeah.
And you have in the album 4 collaborations with incredible musicians, but I feel the most important, they're your friends.
Definitely, yeah. It wasn't a case of just trying to get the most famous people I knew to come and, sing on the album. I think all 4 of those artists are my friends, first and foremost, but also brilliant songwriters. They're great vocalists, but also people that I was working with at the time of the original coming out, So it just felt like a really natural and organic set of people to ask, and lucky they all said yes, and I couldn't be more pleased with how it's come out.
You asked Ed Sheeran to sing the most famous song in the album, but I found it very funny, the video you shared in social media where you're showing him in 2011 for the first time the song, and his reaction is incredible. It feels like you're closing a circle somehow. Does it feel like it had to happen?
It's exactly right, yeah. I mean, I've known Ed for many years. I think I met him when he was about 16, and we've been friends ever since, and he's done so much for me. He's been so generous to me. He's taken me around the world as his support act, put me in front of his fans. I think Let Her Go wouldn't have happened without Ed and without that. So when it came to this anniversary edition, to re-recording it, it just felt like the most natural thing to have him celebrate this song with me, because he had such a big part to play. But you're right, that thing on social media, I couldn't believe that there was footage of that moment, because I remember playing him that song. We've, over the years, whenever we write new songs, whenever we see each other, we will play each other the new songs. So I remember playing him that song, but I didn't know it was filmed. It was really amazing to watch. Yeah.
How has Ed Sheeran impacted your music? Because you're saying you shared a lot. Has he had a real impact in your songs and in your writing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's definitely had a huge impact on my life generally. I think musically, I think songwriting, everything you do, everything you experience, everything you see, wherever you travel, the people you meet, everything goes in to the pot, and then out of that pot comes songs. So Ed is definitely in the pot, and has something to do with it for sure.
Let Her Go has become an anthem for many people. When you wrote that song, when you finished that song, were you conscious? Did you realize that it was something special? I think it's impossible to imagine what it has become, but was it a special song for you before it came out?
I think I wrote it 45 minutes, and I think some of the best songs have been quick like that, because I think you don't overthink it, you don't overanalyze, you don't mess around with it too much. It's a very pure thing that happens. And I think when I wrote it, I really liked it, but I didn't think, oh, great, I've just written a huge hit. I've written songs that I'd loved before, and nothing had ever happened of it. So I had stopped thinking in that way. I'd stopped thinking that it was possible that I would have a song on the radio or a song that would get so big. So all I remember thinking is that it was a good song, and I liked it, and it had a catchy chorus, and yeah, cool. But I didn't think for a second that it would be this crazy monster that it turned into.
Your lyrics are very important to you. You are very meticulous about your lyrics. Are all songs somehow related to yourself? Are they all somehow personal?
I think there's a lot of songs that we were just talking about this, other people's stories. You know, I was a street musician for many years, so I played in the street all over the world. I would travel and I play my songs to strangers in the street. And the strangest thing happens when you do that, because you're putting yourself out there and you're being so vulnerable. There's this crazy reaction that some people have, and they come over and they tell their stories. You know, it feels like you break down a wall and they are somehow able to be vulnerable as well. So actually, I've written so many songs about other people that I've met and stories that I've heard along the way. I think even those songs, though, have my personal experience attached to them as well. So I would say there is an element of personal experience in song too.
All the Little Lights is a name that gave the name to the album. You in the song, there's a small reference to an airport in Spain.
Yeah.
I think that the airport was actually in Barcelona.
It was in Barcelona, yeah. It's a strange story to tell, but as I'm in Barcelona, I feel like I should. The girl actually that let her go was written about, and I was with her for a long time, and then we broke up. She moved to Barcelona, and I was very heartbroken, and maybe like 23, 24, something like that. So I borrowed some money. I had no money. I borrowed some money off my manager to just get a flight and a very cheap hotel. Came to Barcelona, surprised her at work, thinking it was going to be like Love Actually, but it wasn't. And you know, she moved on. She met somebody else, and it was all very sad at the time. But fine, you know, like it happened for the right reasons. But yes, Barcelona for a time was definitely part of my heartbreak. Yeah.
I feel like now you like Barcelona again.
Definitely,
And I
definitely
heard,
friends again.
yeah, you're friends for sure. Yesterday you said that you would love to do a concert at Camp Nou.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough fans to do a concert at Camp Nou.
I think
but,
you have.
It's a big stadium. I love, yeah.
Now it's going to be bigger because it's under construction.
So we drove past it today. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure it's going to be very cool. I went to see, I've only been to Camp Nou once. I saw Messi score his 500th goal for Barcelona.
That's special.
But you guys lost to Valencia. It was when you were unbeatable. We were like, oh, we're going to go see Barcelona, smash Valencia. They didn't. It was a very rare defeat. The whole stadium was a bit edgy, but it was an amazing thing to see Messi. Yeah.
You're a football fan.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to be English and not be a football fan?
It is. It's rare. It is rare, but it is possible. There are definitely English people that don't care about football. But yeah, most of us. I think it's the same in Spain, right? I think.
Yeah, for sure.
We're as crazy about football as each other. So yeah, but I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Have been for a long, long time. It brings me equal amounts of joy and heartache, I think.
You must be happy because Arsenal's doing really good this season.
So happy. Mikel Arteta is a very clever guy, really good manager, I think. And it's funny because, you know, since the last 10 years, it's been quite difficult. You know, Arsene Wenger had those glorious years. We were invincible for a whole season, had such a wonderful team. And yeah, for the last 5 to 10 years, it's been difficult because it just, you know, like with all teams, I think with Barcelona as well, like you have these golden generations, these amazing moments, these years where everything clicks, everything works, but that doesn't last forever. You know, you have this transition period where, you know, players are getting older, players are leaving, new players are coming in, some of them work, some of them don't. So yeah, it's been a difficult time for Arsenal, but it's so wonderful to see them, whether we win anything or not, just to see them play with joy again. These young players, so talented. It's a real feeling of family again, which I think we lost for a while. It's just a really lovely thing to look forward to it again, rather than, oh my God, hiding behind the sofa. Yeah.
And do you follow Spanish football?
A bit, yeah, I do. Barcelona is definitely, and I'm not just saying this, they're definitely my Spanish team. Yeah, I was saying only the year that Barcelona beat Arsenal in the Champions League final, I still feel a bit of pain for that. But No, they're an amazing team with so many wonderful players over the years.
Off camera, you were telling me that there are a lot of similarities between music and football because it's about the heart. That's what we literally said.
Yeah, I think it's. I know so many musicians who love football. I've met a lot of footballers who love music. There seems to be some kind of symmetry there. I think we were saying, like, whenever I'm very good at watching football. I'm not very good at playing football. And whenever you see somebody do something that you love but that you can't do, I think that's an amazing thing. So I think when I watch footballers, I'm so impressed. I'm so amazed by what they do. And I think sometimes, a footballer will come to my concert and be like, wow, how do you do that? So it's a nice relationship there, I think.
What footballers do you admire?
I mean, Thierry Henry, I think, is my favourite of all time. He was so good for Arsenal, but just so graceful as well, and a great human being by the sounds of it as well. Oh man, I could talk literally for years about the footballers that I love. But that Barcelona team, I mean, the Xavi, Iniesta years were something really special. Yeah.
The year's about to finish and the new year is coming. Can we expect having you next year around?
Yes, I think I'll be coming back to Barcelona next summer. Don't think we've announced anything yet, so we'll be doing that soon. If people wanted to know when that was happening, come follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff. I will let you know. Yeah.
I don't want to let you go, but it's time to finish this interview. Thank you so much for coming and for sharing everything with us, and we admire you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Only know you love her when you let her go.